Hello, aspirants. Welcome back to day two of Nexus 3.0. Hope you all are feeling good today. I hope you bring the same energy and enthusiasm you showcased yesterday. For those joining us for the first time, welcome. And for those who were with us yesterday for Mastering Snap, we're thrilled to have you back. Before we dive into the session, don't forget to follow us on our social media handles. Scan the QR code displayed on the screen for all our updates and valuable insights. Today's session is all about crafting your MBA identity. And trust me, this is going to be transformative. Before we dive into the session, may I know from which places people are joining in today? Great, great. I see people from Mumbai, Bareilly as well. Great. Folks, please drop a thumbs up in the chat if you're ready to discover your true MBA potential and craft a compelling narrative that sets you apart. I know it's a busy time, folks, but I really appreciate you coming to the session today. It's a second day of Nexus 3.0, and we hope that we bring the same energy we brought yesterday as well, and we are able to add value to your time right now. Great. I see great responses on the chat. Great energy. Now, let's jump straight into the sessions today. Yesterday, we equipped you with the strategies to master Snap and excel on exam day. Today, we're diving deeper into something equally crucial, understanding who you are as an MBA candidate and how to present your unique story persuasively. This session isn't just about building a profile, it's about crafting an identity that resonates with MBA colleges and, more importantly, aligns with your authentic self and aspirations. Whether you're worried about academic gaps, confused about specializations, or unsure how to showcase your achievements, today's session will transform those concerns into clarity. We'll help you navigate your biggest uncertainties, bust common myths, and provide you with actionable frameworks to craft a narrative that stands out. Plus, you'll get to interact directly with us and get all your questions answered during our live doubt clearing sessions. So do bring up all your questions you have today and get them cleared. Let me start by introducing your host for today. I'm Tamanna Kumar from Delhi. I'm a first year MBA student at SIBM Pune, specializing in marketing. I was born and brought up in Delhi. I graduated from Ramjas College, Delhi University in 2024. I've done my undergraduate in economics honors. What I've learned is that every experience, including the challenging ones, adds value to your MBA story when pitched correctly. I'm a fresher, just like many of you out there, so do bring up any questions you might have. I'd be happy to answer all of them. I'm a fun loving yet ambitious learner, trained in Bharatnatyam and Western dance, and a sports enthusiast as well. I play badminton, basketball, and also did martial arts for 2 years. My co hosts for today are Neha, Dhairya, and Tanuj, who bring unique perspectives on crafting compelling MBA identities. Now, let me invite them to introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, I'm Neha R, currently pursuing my MBA in Human Resources at SIBM Pune. I come from Shimoga, Karnataka, and hold a BE in Computer Science from JSSAT, Bangalore. Before stepping into the world of management, I worked for over 2 years at Bosch as an Android developer in the automotive space. It was an exciting phase where I got to build digital solutions that powered smart mobility. Over time, I realized that what truly fascinated me wasn't just the technology itself, but the people behind it. That curiosity led me to explore the world of human resources. Beyond academics, I enjoy theater and find it a great way to express creativity and connect with diverse perspectives.
Hey folks, good evening. My name is Terek Khandelwal and I'm a first year MBA marketing student here at SIBM Pune. I originally hail from Delhi and I come from a humanities background. Before joining SIBM, I had the opportunity to work with a social enterprise where I helped women entrepreneurs build their businesses, which shaped my perspective on impact driven work. Outside of academics, I have a passion for traveling and gaming. Also, a keen animal lover and enjoy spending time with animals wherever I can.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tanuj Gupta, currently a first-year MBA student at SIBM Pune, specializing in marketing. I come from the vibrant city of Kanpur, and my academic roots lie in the field of humanities. Before joining SIBM, I worked for about 2.5 years as an executive in sales and marketing, dealing in medical equipment and hospital consumables. Those years on the ground gave me a front row seat to how businesses connect with consumers and how strategy shapes sales. That's where my curiosity for the bigger picture, for understanding markets, brands, and consumer behavior really began. And it ultimately drew me to pursue my MBA in marketing. Outside of work and academics, I'm deeply passionate about music and travel, and road trips are my way to recharge and spark new ideas. We are the part of Aspirant Relations Team, committed to supporting aspirants like you in crafting impactful MBA narratives. Feel free to connect with us. Our LinkedIn profiles are in the description, and we are always here to help you shape your MBA journey. So let's start today's session by addressing the elephant in the room, profile anxiety. All of us, at some point or the other, have been through a phase where we lose sleep over our CV. Questions like, is that gap year going to affect my chances of getting into my dream B school? Are my graduation marks high enough? I want to change domains. Will that hold me back? I'm sure questions like these have given us sleepless nights. So here's the truth for you. Every single one of these concerns is addressable, and more importantly, they don't define your worth as an MBA candidate. Today, we are going to transform those apprehensions into advantages by showing you how to reframe your story. Because here's what B schools actually look for: authenticity, growth mindset, and the ability to contribute meaningfully to their diverse cohort. So let's start with some myth busting that will change how you view your profile forever. Okay, so let's start with the most common myth. Low academics means no admission. So I'll tell you the reality behind all of this. Let's clear this up right away. Low marks don't automatically disqualify you from getting into your dream B school. Yes, academics do matter. They are a part of your application. But they are just one part of a much, much bigger picture. What B schools are really looking for is for a well-rounded candidate. So if your grades aren't the strongest, it doesn't mean the door is closed. It just means you have to show strength in other areas like your work experience, your leadership qualities, extracurriculars, or even how you have bounced back from the challenges. They want to see resilience, growth, and impact. Maybe you have led high-stakes projects. Maybe you have started something of your own. Or maybe you have shown consistent growth in your career. That experiences truly matter. At the end of the day, your grades might get your application noticed, but it's your story and the value you bring that actually gets you selected. So don't count yourself out just because of a number on a mark sheet. Focus on building a strong, honest narrative and back it up with real effort. So let's move on to another myth that is very common and most people have it on their minds. That is, career gaps are actually profile killers. Now, let's be honest. This is a big one that scares a lot of people. You hear things like, oh no, you have a gap in your resume? That's it, you are done. But here's the truth. Career gaps aren't the problem. Lack of clarity about them is. If you have taken time off, maybe for your MBA preparation, to pursue a certification, to tend to a family member, or even just to figure things out, that's okay. What actually matters is that you can explain it with honesty and maturity. Use that gap to show your purpose. Maybe you concentrated your efforts on skill building. Maybe you came out of that period with more clarity and direction. That shows growth, not weakness. B schools and recruiters aren't looking for perfect candidates with a linear career path. They are looking for people who are self-aware, who have faced real-life situations and come out stronger. So one thing I would say is, if you have had a gap, own it. Don't hide it. Frame it as a part of your journey. A well-explained gap can actually set you apart because it shows you have thought deeply about your path and made conscious choices. Well, those were the first two myths, but there's more to cover. So Dharya, why don't you take us through the next couple of myths? These are specifically relevant for anyone second-guessing their profile.
Thank you, Tanuj. So, coming to another myth, work experience always wins. I'm sure many of you who are freshers are still thinking about it. All right, let's bust this one because I think it creates a lot of unnecessary stress, especially for freshers. People often assume if I don't have work experience, I won't stand a chance. Not true at all. At SIBM Pune, honestly, most top B schools, both freshers and experienced candidates have equal opportunities. Why? Because peer learning is a huge part of the MBA experience, and that learning gets richer when there's a mix of backgrounds in the classroom. Yes, work experience brings a certain level of maturity, real world exposure, and industry insights. But at the same time, freshers bring a lot to the table too, like energy, academic sharpness, and completely fresh perspectives that aren't yet shaped by corporate norms. These schools aren't choosing one over other. They're looking for balance and diversity. What matters more is what you bring, how self-aware you are, and how you plan to make the most of your MBA. Coming, another myth. Domain switching shows lack of focus. Let's talk about this one because I know at least some of you are thinking about switching domains using your MBA or somewhere along the way. Someone told you it looks bad or you'll seem confused. But here's the truth. Switching domains doesn't show lack of focus. It shows courage. It shows adaptability. It shows that you have taken time to understand yourself and where you want. Think about it. An MBA is meant to be a time of exploration. You are exposed to different roles, industries, and functions. It's normal to realize that your true interest lies somewhere different from where you started. What really matters is how intentional your switch is. If you're moving, say, from engineering to marketing, project management, so and you have done your research, built some relevant skills, taken up internships, projects, or certification, shows that you are not just curious, you're committed. And employers notice that. They value people who are proactive about their growth. In fact, today's fast-changing business world, people who can't adopt, learn, and bring in diverse experiences are actually at a disadvantage. Actually, at an advantage. Sorry. So don't let anyone tell you domain switching is a red flag. If anything, it is a green flag for self-awareness and growth. So whether you are a fresher or you have 3 years of work experience, don't count yourself out. You're not competing against each other. You're complementing each other. So what was the key takeaway here? Your story is not about perfection, it's about progression. Which myth resonated the most with you? Drop in some myths that you have heard and that you are going through yourself. Drop your myths in the chat. And while you share your thoughts, let us now shift our gears a little, help you understand why SIBM might just be the perfect place for you to bring your unique story to life. I'm going to hand it over to Neha, who is going to walk you through what makes this institute truly stand out. Over to you, Neha.
Thank you, Dharya. So now that we cleared up some of those common myths, let me tell you why SIBM Pune is such a great place to bring your unique story to life. At SIBM Pune, we genuinely celebrate diversity, not just in where you come from, but in how you think, what you've done, and where you're headed. Our classrooms bring together students from all kinds of academic backgrounds, everything from commerce and science to humanities and more. And if you're curious about the actual batch profile, definitely check out the SIRP invitation post that went up on LinkedIn a few months ago. It gives you a clear picture of the mix between freshers and experienced professionals in a cohort. Around 35% of the current batch are freshers, bringing in energy, curiosity, and academic sharpness. The rest are work experience and come with practical insights and solid industry exposure. What really matters here isn't just your scores or where you've been. It's about how well you can tell your story, how clear you are about your goals, and how ready you are to grow. Because at SIBM Pune, we don't expect everyone to be the same. We actually want everyone to bring something different. Now that we've settled the profile jitters, let's talk about the biggest decision that impacts your career: specialization. All right, now let's move on to something that honestly gives a lot of aspirants sleepless nights: choosing the right specialization. It's one of the biggest sources of concern. That constant question in your head: what if I choose the wrong one? Trust me, it's a very common and totally normal to feel that way. Let's break it down because most of the doubts fall into similar categories. I like both marketing and HR. How do I pick? I'm from an engineering background, but I really want to explore finance. I genuinely have no idea which specialization fits me best. If any of those sound like you, you're not alone. But here's the thing: choosing a specialization is important, but it's not a lifelong obligation. The corporate world is full of people who switch domains multiple times and build amazing careers. What does help is having clarity on a few things. What are you naturally good at, and what actually excites you? What are the current trends and market opportunities in different domains? Where do you see yourself in the long run? And how does your personality align with each specialization? These are important questions to consider when choosing your path. But don't worry, figuring all this out doesn't have to happen overnight. To give you a clearer picture of how we support you through this journey, I'll hand it over to Tamanna, who will walk you through SIBM Pune's specialization ecosystem.
Thank you so much, Neha. Now, here's the good news. At SIBM Pune, we don't expect you to have all these answers on day one. We've built a structure that helps you figure this out. Here's what we do differently in SIBM Pune. You do choose your specialization early, within the first couple of months, but that's actually a huge advantage. It gives you a head start. And don't worry at all, you're not doing it in isolation. There's strong support system in place to help you make that decision confidently. We organize guidance sessions with mentors, faculty, and seniors so you can understand the real world view of each domain. And one of the most powerful tools we use is a psychometric test, a detailed, evidence based assessment that helps you understand your personality, your behavioral traits, and your natural inclinations. It gives you data driven clarity to support your decision. Let me quickly walk you through the specialization options available here and what is best suited for each of them. So, number one is marketing. Think consumer behavior, brand management, digital strategy. Great for creative thinkers, people who love trends, and those who enjoy understanding what makes consumers stick. Number second is finance. Covers corporate finance, investment analysis, and financial markets. Perfect for people with interest in analytical minds, number crunchers, and strategic planners. Number third is operations. It's all about supply chains, efficiency, and process excellence. Best for people like problem solvers, system thinkers, and those who enjoy building things that work better. Number fourth is human resources. Covers leadership development, talent management, and organizational behavior. Ideal for people first individuals, empathy driven personalities, and cultural builders. Number five is data analytics. Covers data driven decision making, business intelligence, and predictive analytics. Great for curious minds, data enthusiasts, and those who enjoy uncovering insights through numbers. And while all of that covers that the corporate side, let's not forget the startup space because not everyone wants to follow a traditional path, right? At SIBM Pune, we've built a strong ecosystem for those of you who have an entrepreneurial spark. We offer a dedicated innovation and entrepreneurship program for students who want to either start their own venture or bring an innovation mindset into their family business. Here's what makes it stand out: a focused curriculum covering everything from startup frameworks to innovation and venture capital, direct mentorship from actual entrepreneurs and top industry experts, access to SCEI, Symbiosis Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, for incubation support, and yes, even funding opportunities. Just to give you an idea, our recent grant pitch even saw startups raise upwards of 22 crore in funding. Impressive, right? So, whether you want to build your own company or just drive innovation wherever you go, this program equips you with the skills and mindset to create meaningful impact. So, to wrap this up, don't panic about picking your specialization. It's not about having it all figured out right now. It's about staying curious, exploring with intention, and using the resources around you to make a confident, informed choice. And that's exactly what SIBM Pune is here to help you with. And on that note, let me hand it over to Tanuj, who is going to take us into a segment that really brings everything together, your personal narrative. Over to you, Tanuj. Let's talk about the power of storytelling.
Thank you, Tamanna. All right. So we have cleared some myths, explored how specializations work, and seen how SIBM Pune supports you at every step. But now, let's shift gears and focus on something that ties everything together, your story. Because at the end of the day, your application isn't just a checklist of scores and internships. It's a narrative, a story only you can tell. Think of it this way. Every great story has a few key elements. It has a compelling protagonist, that is you. Challenges overcome, that would be your growth journey. A clear motivation, which is why MBA and why now, and a vision for the future. What kind of impact, what you want to make. And here's the golden rule. Go beyond grades and scores. Show us who you are, what you stand for, and what kind of impact you want to create. Let me give you a quick example to make this real. Suppose you want to say, I scored 75% in engineering and worked for 2 years in information technology. This would be considered as a weak version, right? So if we have to make this stronger, we can say the exact same thing in these words. My engineering background taught me analytical thinking, but my 2 years in information technology revealed my passion for solving human-centered problems through technology, leading me towards an MBA to bridge my technical expertise with business strategy. Do you see the difference? One shares facts while the other tells a story. Now it's your turn. Drop in the chat. What's one experience that shaped your MBA aspirations? Could be anything. Maybe a moment at your work, a project that you loved, or even something you failed at but learned from. And while you're at it, let's go to the next part, which is the narrative framework. That is how to structure your story. So let's go to the narrative framework. The first part is the foundation phase, which covers your roots. Here you can keep the answers prepared to questions like what experiences shaped your core values and interests, any key academic or personal stories that define who you are today. The next is the exploration phase, the discovery journey. You can think about your internships, work, or volunteer experience, or you can think about what made you realize you enjoy or not, what lessons or challenges shaped your mindset. The next, we come to crystallization phase, which covers why MBA and why now. What triggered your decision to pursue an MBA and why this particular specialization? How does your background uniquely prepare you for this journey? The last is the impact vision, which covers your future. What are your short-term goals that may cover for your goals for the next 2-3 years? Then what is your long-term vision? Like what are your goals for 5-10 years down the line? And lastly, how will you contribute not just to your company, but to the B School community and the world beyond? So here's a pro tip. Make sure each phase flows naturally into the next. Your story should feel like a journey, not a list of unrelated events. Now, let's focus on one more critical piece. How to present your achievements in a way that actually grabs attentions. A lot of people say things like, I led a team or I improved a process. But that doesn't really say how you did it, right? So that's where the STAR methods come in. So what actually is the STAR method? It is a simple, powerful framework to structure your answers, especially for interviews or application essays. And it stands for the S stands for situation, which means what was the context. The T stands for task, which means what was your responsibility. A stands for action, which is actually what did you do. And R is for result. What was the outcome and can you even quantify it? So let's bring this to life with two quick examples. Let's go with an academic example first. Suppose you want to say, I was a good student and I participated in competitions. How you can make this better? Using STAR framework, you can say it like the S is fine in your final year. Your college participation in tech events was declining. Then the task was as the technical society president, you had to change that. What action you undertook is the next part, in which you can say you created mentorship programs and partnered with industry experts. And what was the actual result achieved, which can be your participation shot up by 300% and you won more than 15 competitions. Different, right? Let's take up another example. Let's take this up in a professional context. So suppose you want to convey that you improve the processes at your firm or your company. So using STAR version, you can say it like your team had a 40% project delays. As the task, you were asked to identify the issues. What action you undertook was you mapped your workflows, suggested automation, led cross-team rollout. And the results achieved were that your team, the action that you undertook, it delayed the cut by 60%, saved 2.5 lakh rupees, and the model went company-wide. Remember, your journey doesn't have to be perfect. It needs to be clear, honest, and purpose-driven. Show us who you are, what you have learned, and where you are headed. Because more than your scores, more than your designation, it's your narrative that sets you apart. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Dharya, who is going to take you through how you can start building that narrative, even before you enter your B school.
Thank you, Tanmay. All right, folks. So now you are deep into the preparation mode. There's something important to tell you. Keep in mind, even before you step into a B school, there's a lot you can do in your profile strategically. Think of this as a warm-up phase, chance to start shaping your MBA journey before it actually begins. Let's break it down into a few high impact areas where you can focus your energy right now. First, leadership opportunities. Leadership doesn't always mean a really big title. It means taking initiative. If you are at work, look out for chances to lead a project, even informally. Outside work, maybe organize a community, lead a college event, or volunteer with an NGO. These experiences will help you build key skills like ownership, collaboration, and decision making, attributes these courses look for. The second one, skill development. Certifications can give your profile that extra edge, especially they align with your intended specialization. Certifications like Google Analytics, CFA Level 1, PMP, or even data analytics courses work on real projects, attend industry webinars, and even build a mini portfolio. Idea is to show you're not just preparing for an exam, you're preparing for the role you. The third, thought leadership. Start shaping your voice. Write LinkedIn articles, break down interesting trends, talk about the learnings you have from work. Even small contributions like commenting thoughtfully on others' posts help you stand out. If you have got experience or insight, don't hide it. Start putting it out. Always remember this quality over quantity. It's way more expressive to go deep into a couple of areas, try to understand everything halfway. Now let's fast forward what happens after you get into a beast, specifically at SIBM Pune. Once you are here, the number of profile building opportunities just multiplies. Let me walk you through what it looks like. First is academic excellence. It starts in the classroom. We follow an industry integrated curriculum, live projects, and real world cases. You will sharpen your analytical thinking, learn through case-based discussions, and even have chances to pursue international exchange programs or collaborate with research. The second one, leadership development. From every semester, you get your hands on opportunities to lead, whether that's through student council roles, leading a club or a committee, or managing a full-blown national events or fest. Third, industry connection. This is one of our biggest strengths. With over 200 corporate partnerships, students get access to live projects, internships, test lectures by CXOs, high impact consulting assignments with many Fortune 500 companies. Also attend leadership conclaves where you interact with the industry veterans. Last, case competitions. And here's something that sharpens your skills and increases your exposure. Case competitions. Have the chance to participate in some of the most prestigious strategy and business competitions out there. These platforms push you to solve real business problems under pressure, collaborate with disciplines, and showcase your ideas in front of industry leaders. Yes, strong value to your resume. So whether you are still applying to B schools or already have your admit, there's always the next step to take. Start with your intention and align every effort, the story you are trying to tell. Because whether it's pre MBA or post MBA, your profile is a brand. SIBM Pune helps you build your purpose. Because, of course, building a brand isn't just about what is on your resume, it is also about how you connect, how you learn from, how relationship nurtures along the way. That brings us to something absolutely crucial, power of network. Neha, over to you. Take that forward.
Thank you, Dharya. Yes, let's talk about networking, something that's often misunderstood, but when done right, can open doors you didn't even know existed. And no, it's not about handing out or collecting business cards or spamming people with LinkedIn requests. It's about building genuine, meaningful connections that can open doors to opportunities, mentorship, and long term career growth. Let's break down how you can approach networking strategically instead of randomly. First step is to identify your networking goals. Before you start reaching out to anyone, take a step back and ask yourself, why am I networking? Your goals could include gaining industry insights, finding a mentor, exploring career opportunities, learning and knowledge sharing, or even building business partnerships. The clearer your purpose, the more targeted and impactful your networking will be. The second step is networking platforms and opportunities. Now, where does this magic happen? In plenty of places. The first is LinkedIn. Make sure your profile reflects your current goals, share valuable insights, and actually engage in conversations. Don't just scroll. Industry events, conferences, seminars, webinars, they're gold mines for networking. Next is alumni networks. Reach out to B School alumni working in your dream companies. Next, professional associations. These often give you access to exclusive events and mentorship circles. And of course, coffee chats. Sometimes the best insights come from informal, relaxed conversations over a cup of coffee or a Zoom call. The third is the networking conversation framework. Okay, so you've got the meeting. What now? Here's a simple, effective approach. Listen more than you speak. People love talking about their journeys, so let them. Ask thoughtful questions about their career, challenges they faced, and how the industry is evolving. Share your story authentically, not your whole resume, just the parts that connect naturally. Offer value. Maybe it's a helpful article, an introduction, or just genuine appreciation. Lastly, follow up. This is where most people drop the ball. So keep the connection alive. The fourth is networking etiquette. Don't forget the basics. Be genuine in your interactions. Don't engage just to get something in return. And respect their time. Show up prepared and be punctual. And always end with a thank you. A little gratitude goes a long way. And most importantly, pay it forward. Help others when you get the chance. So that so to sum that up, networking isn't a transaction, it's a mindset. Be real, be respectful, and when you grow, lift others with you. Now that we've explored how to build meaningful connections, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture, your long-term professional brand. Tamanna, why don't you take us through that?
Thank you, Neha. All right, now let's zoom out and look beyond just networking. Because building a strong professional brand isn't just about admissions or placements, it's about creating something that grows with you throughout your career. Let's discuss the elements of a future ready brand. Number one, adaptability mindset. This one's crucial. Industries change, roles evolve, careers pivot. You've got to show that you can keep up and even thrive in uncertain environments. Highlight how you've embraced change, picked up new skills, or navigated ambiguity in past experiences. This positions you as someone who's ready for tomorrow. Number second, digital fluency. It's not about being a techie, it's about being tech aware. Understand the tools and technologies shaping your industry. Show how you've used digital platforms to solve problems, analyze data, or improve efficiency. And of course, stay updated. The digital landscape evolves fast. Number third, soft skills. While tech and tools are important, your soft skills are what sets you apart in the long run. Continuously work on your leadership, communication, and emotional intelligence. Whether it's managing teams, handling conflicts, or presenting ideas with clarity, these skills define how you show up as a professional. Number four, global perspective. Today's businesses are borderless. A future ready brand means thinking globally, whether or not you're working across countries. It's about culture sensitivity, understanding international trends, and being able to collaborate across boundaries. Even small things like learning a new language or working with diverse teams go a long way. Number fifth, social impact orientation. Companies and B schools are increasingly valuing leaders who care. Your professional brand should reflect that you're aware of larger societal issues, whether it's sustainability, inclusion, or ethics. Even small initiatives like volunteering community work or speaking up for a cause can be powerful brand builders. Number six is entrepreneurial thinking. This doesn't mean you have to start your own company, does it? It's about thinking like a founder, solving problem creatively, taking calculated risk, optimizing resources, and creating value where others don't see it. Number seventh is brand evolution strategy. Finally, your brand is set in store. It doesn't grow as you grow. Here's how to keep it future ready. Regularly update your LinkedIn and other platforms. Keep learning new skills, new industries, new challenges. Diversify your experience, try new roles or projects that excites you. Keep nurturing your network. And most importantly, document your journey, share your learnings, your failures, your wins. That's what makes your story relatable and powerful. So, to sum it all up, networking builds your access and your brand builds your identity. Put the two together, and you're not just preparing for MBA, you're building a foundation for lifelong success. Stay intentional, stay curious, and remember every interaction adds to your brand. Let it reflect who you are. All right, now comes the most valuable part of our session. It's time for some real talk, folks. Your questions answered live. So, we've covered a lot today, but we know each of you has unique situations, doubts, and decisions to make. So go ahead, feel free, drop your questions in the chat right now, whether it's about SNAP preparation, choosing the right specialization, building your profile from scratch, or even balancing work and MBA preparation. We are here for it all. Nothing is too specific or too small. It's on your mind, it matters. We'll take them one by one and give you actionable insights that can help you move forward with clarity. My team is here to answer all your doubts, folks. So go ahead, drop your all your doubts on the chat. And while we dive into your questions, stick around because right after this, we have something exciting lined up. Let's just say there's a way to test your Snap readiness and meet us in person, but more on that in a bit. All right, let's take questions one by one.
Okay, I can see Priya's question. CV tips considering I'm a fresher, like skills such to incorporate. So I'll tell you something, Priya. CV building is something that comes a little later in your journey. Right now, I would advise you to focus on your preparation and how you're going to ace the exam. And while that is important, I would give you a tip that whatever you are writing in the CV, make it crisp, and how to quantify it. That is all I can say for now.
Okay, so I see a question from Aditya which says, "Cons give me nightmares. What to do? Please help." So, Aditya, that is something that we all can relate to. Trust me, we have all been there. Like just a few months from, if you go a few months back, we were in your shoes. And trust me, quants used to give me nightmares too. But here's the good thing about Snap. I'm not saying you should skip quants. It's a very relevant topic, and there are 20 questions from that topic in the SNAP exam. So just focus on some very strong topics that you can prepare. You need not prepare all the topics word by word. And apart from that, the good thing about SNAP, as you all know, is that there are three sections. There's no sectional cutoff, and that is why you can play on your strengths here. So if you have got your English sorted, if you have got your logical reasoning sorted, then you need not cover all the topics in quants. And that is what I did, and that is what I would suggest you to do. Just focus on your strengths, and please try to prepare arithmetic, which I think covered most of the syllabus until last time. So just do your research and prepare well. Best of luck. Also, if you have any doubt about SnapRep, do watch a session that we streamed live yesterday. You'll find it on our admissions page YouTube channel, and you'll get all the relevant information there.
So I can see Soumyadeep's question, how to ace Snap 2025 with a good percentile. See, Soumyadeep, I'll give you a generic advice. For Snap, in my opinion, you should give as many mocks as you can. Practice a lot of questions. Wherever you are lacking, focus on that. Build concepts. After you have built concepts, don't leave anything out. Just practice a lot. And when you see your scores improving, don't let it get to your head. Give a lot of mocks. We have SNAPTITUDE coming up. Test your knowledge in water, big water. So you know where you stand in the real world.
All right, I see Priya Yadav asking question, how many ideal mocks should I give to ace the SNAP exam? So Priya, I think you should be giving at least two mocks per week. And most important is analyze the mocks as soon as you finish giving the mock. And by the time SNAP exam arrives, you should be giving 30 to 40 mocks minimum. So it will help you prepare better for the exam. And also, if you want to take a real experience of how Snap Mock is, you should also give Snaptitude, which is SIBM Pune's official Snap Mock test. The registrations are open. It opened yesterday. You can find the link on the chat and also in our official page. And the registrations are open. The registrations are till 17th October, 11:59 p.m. So don't miss out on Snaptitude. Do give it. It's on Unstop as well.
Okay, so I saw a question from Harpreet Singh Kaur asking, so will taking Coursera or EDX courses make my CV stronger? So to answer that question, Harpreet, first of all, I would like to ask you, like, since we talked about specializations, do you have any interest in a particular specialization? If yes, then I would suggest you to not go for blind certifications. Just explore an area of your interest or the specialization that you would want to pursue in the future and try to explore specializations for that particular course. Yes, Coursera, Udemy certifications do add a certain value to your CV, but it would make your CV stronger if it aligns with your goals. For example, if you are willing to pursue operations certification, then a Lean Six Sigma certification would add great value to your resume. If you want to do finance, then I guess courses like CFA or FRM would add great value to your CV again. And for people like us who are doing marketing or who want to pursue marketing, then courses in digital marketing and certain other courses will add value to your course. Similarly, if you are looking for a product role in the future, then certifications like CSPO will help you a lot. So to sum it up, I would say that just figure out what you want to do, where your interest lies, and then go for the certification that you want to do. And trust me, it'll not only add value to your resume, but it'll enhance your skill sets and make you future ready. Best of luck.
Okay, I see Aditya asking how many times should I go through the mock test? Well, there isn't any particular number for the amount of mock test that you have to give, but the more you give, the better it is for you. But also the most important thing is to analyze after each and every mock that you give. Only giving mocks and not analyzing them isn't enough. You have to go through where you've done mistake and also analyze your strength and weakness because that is going to play a huge role in your on the day of your exam. And also do definitely get Snaptitude because it helps you see where you stand in the real world among your peers.
So I'll take up Harpreet's question. How many mocks did you all give? Harpreet, if I am talking about everyone, all of us here gave at least 30 to 40 mocks before we took the SNAP exam. The reason behind that was to build confidence in our skills and to score good in mocks. If you're scoring good in mocks, you are automatically confident in giving the real exam. When you are sitting for the on the D day, you're thinking that I have done it 1,000 times, and that makes it easier. That makes it like you have done, you can do it, and you can make it SIBM Pune.
Okay, I see Aditya asking, quants gives me nightmare, what to do? So I completely get you. Quants used to give me nightmares as well. And quants has been my weakest section, to be honest. But I'll say that keep practicing right now with the basics, especially. See what topics come in all of the years of snaps. Topics like clocks and calendar, and decoding and coding, and topics of arithmetic, algebra, which comes usually TDS, and the topics that are very common and will help you score the marks that you're aiming for in the initial 20 to 30 minutes. So I would say that don't stop practicing even if you're not able to score in your mocks right now. I would say don't stop. You have to keep going because you will not even realize when you'll start seeing the improvements which you are looking for. So never stop. Do give your best in every mock, analyze them properly, and keep revising your notes. If you have created a notebook of your of all the topics of the topics which you think are important, and the notes, the revision formulas, and the things which you will revise even before the exam. So keep revising, and I think you'll be able to ace it.
All right, so I see a question from Pritha coming up. That is, she's asking if there are any upcoming sessions like this before Snap. So yes, Pritha, there is something exciting for you here. Just stay tuned. Your question will be answered. And just to answer it in short for now, yes, there is something even better than this that is coming up for you guys. So just wait for it, stay tuned, and you'll find out. Just 5 minutes.
So I see a very interesting question from Aditya. So yes, the SIBM Pune campus, or the hilltop heaven as we call it, is extremely beautiful. And you will feel like you are walking through clouds every day you leave for classes. And the academic rigor that we have here and the beautiful views that we have here really makes it easier for us to perform and be our best selves. SIBM Pune campus is one of the best in the whole country, and we are extremely proud to be here.
Adding on to Dhairya, there is not a day when I was bored in the campus, whether it was hanging out with my friends at Simbi Eats or just spending time at our very own Mind Studio. There is always more to explore on the campus.
So, adding on to the campus life, I would just want to say that the campus is really beautiful, as explained by my host. And it's a completely student driven college. We have councils, we have student interest groups. So, the campus life is really good. You'll love it when you'll arrive here. I would just say to focus right now on your exams and don't take too much stress right now. Take appropriate amounts of breaks as well. Don't overburden yourself with any of the syllabus or any exam pressure you might feel right now. I hope that you are able to do it better and you'll definitely ace it. Don't take stress.
Okay, so to add to that, what Tamanna just said, the campus life at SIBM Pune is just amazing. So it might sound odd to you, but it's been like some 4 months since we have joined the college, and we still haven't gotten the time to like visit the city because there's so much to do here that we are always busy with something. So currently, if I tell you, there is a competition going on between our MBA 1 and MBA 2 batch that ranges across various sports. There are 8 various different sports ranging from cricket to basketball to football to 8 ball pool, table tennis, chess, and whatnot. And it's MBA 1 versus MBA 2. And this is a very exciting phase here. Also, then there is our annual fest, which is called Transcend. It's one of the biggest fests of Pune. And if you have someone in Pune, if you know someone in Pune, they'll definitely know about Transcend because people come from all over the city to attend this one festival. Then we also have Gravitas coming up, which is an inter-college sports tournament. So all of this makes the college life really, really fun, apart from the hectic academics and the placements and all, as you know. So with this, we come to an end of our Q&A session, but don't stay tuned. Before we wrap up, I've got something really exciting to share, especially if you're getting up for Snap. Presenting Snaptitude, SIBM Pune's very own exclusive mock test experience that is going to take place on October 18th and 19th. It's not just another mock, and here's why. It's smarter, it's sharper, and strategically designed for serious aspirants like you. Here's why Snaptitude is a game changer. It's built to mirror the actual Snap test, so when the real day comes, nothing feels new, except how confident you feel. Another very important reason why Snaptitude is a game changer is because of its comprehensive performance analysis. You'll get a breakdown of how you performed, what you're good at, and where you need to tighten up. You'll get time and strategy insights where you learn the art of selecting the right questions and managing time, two of the most underrated success factors in Snap. Another is benchmarking. Want to know how you're doing compared to other aspirants? Snaptitude shows you exactly where you stand. And lastly, recognition and prizes. Top scorers won't just walk away with a sense of accomplishment. They'll be formally recognized for their performance. And yes, there are some rewards in store as well. Also, you will be able to track your improvement over time. So, how to register? It's simple. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now to sign up for Snaptitude. Do you prefer using a link? No problem. Just head to the description below where you'll find the direct link to Unstop platform where you'll have a 48-hour flexible window to take the test at the time that works best for you. Bottom line, this isn't just a mock test. It's your strategic advantage. So register, take it seriously, and use it to approach the SNAP exam with confidence. All right, now for something a little more personal. Do you ever wish you could just talk to someone who's been through the MBA journey? Someone who gets it, ask the real questions to them, and get unfiltered insights? Well, Dharya, I think it's time we tell them about one of the most exciting things we as the Aspirant Relations team do.
Absolutely, sir. Let me introduce you to Coffee with SIBM, SIBM Pune's and Aspirant Relations Team's flagship offline event where we meet you in person and talk to you over a cup of coffee. Here's what makes Coffee with SIBM so special. It's not a seminar, it's not a lecture. It is a real conversation with current students in a relaxed, formal setup. We'll get personal guidance, one on one chats, where your specific concerns are heard and addressed. To hear authentic stories, what MBA life really is like, the highs, lows, the learnings. You'll meet your fellow aspirants to start building your MBA tribe before B schools even begin. Honestly, it's a great space to just breathe. We know this journey can be a little overwhelming. Coffee with SIBM is here to reassure you and motivate you, clear that fog. Here's what you can expect at Coffee with SIBM session: an inviting and engaging atmosphere designed for open dialogue and real conversations. You'll hear honest stories, first-hand experiences from those who have walked the MBA path before you. And best of all, we are coming to your city. Whether you are in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, chances are we'll be near you soon. So how do you attend? It is simple. Just fill out the coffee with SIBM interest form linked in the description below. We've also dropped it in the chat for you. Let us know your city and we'll make sure you are the first one to know when we are coming your way. Now let's come to why should you come to Coffee with SIB? Because sometimes the best advice comes from conversation, not Google searches. Because confidence comes from clarity. And that's exactly what Coffee with SIBM gives you. And because the connections you make here, they often last beyond admissions. So come join us. Let's talk. Let's share our stories. Let's get real over coffee. We can't wait to meet you. Over to you, Neil.
Thank you, Dharya. As we close out the last day of Nexus 3.0, let's quickly recap your next steps because this isn't just the end, it's just the beginning. Start by taking what you've learned today and applying it to your journey. Update your profile, rethink your narrative, and sharpen your strategy. Stay connected. Follow your social channels for real time updates and the kind of support that keeps you moving forward. And if you're serious about Snap, don't miss Snaptitude, your chance to gain a strategic edge with real time simulation and smart analysis. Want a more personal connection? Then join us at Coffee with SIBM in your city. We'd love to meet you, sat you over a cup of coffee, and walk alongside you on this journey. And finally, stay connected. Whether it's questions, doubts, or even a little encouragement, you'll always have a community here that's rooting for you. We've loved the energy, the curiosity, and the intent you brought to today's sessions. You're not just preparing for an MBA, you're building a story that can open doors and create real impact. So keep crafting, keep growing, and above all, keep believing in your potential. We'll see you soon. With that, we officially conclude Nexus 3.0. Thank you for being a part of it.